It is 7:03. We can call this meeting to order. This is a regular meeting of the full City Council. It is Tuesday, November 18th, and the clerk will call the roll.
Anderson Burgos.
Here.
Bartley.
Here.
Devine. Here. Givner.
Here.
Graney.
Here.
Jourdain.
Here.
McGrath Smith.
Here.
Murphy Ramboletti.
Here.
Ocasio.
Here.
Israel Rivera.
Here.
Jenny Rivera.
Here.
Sullivan.
Here.
Bacon.
Here.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
God bless America.
And the city council.
And it's all its people.
Okay, so before I do anything, we do have folks Zooming in this evening, so I would entertain a motion to take a roll call vote that for the purposes of this meeting would be applicable to all motions to receive, to refer items to committee, remove items from the table, place items on the table, package items together, comply with items, or suspend the rules unless there is an objection.
So moved. So moved.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And before we do anything, I'd entertain a motion that we take item 62 out of order.
So moved.
Did you say 52?
62. Okay, 62 was filed by myself, or all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 62 is filed by myself, and it's something that we typically do in the second meeting of November. 62 is ordered that incoming councilors-elect be invited into chambers for the remaining council meetings in this term. Just for folks that are just tuning in, we as a body often do this traditionally to just let folks come join us in council chambers. You don't have to actually, you're all welcome and invited to literally sit at some of the open desks here, but just get the opportunity to listen to the meeting, see how things go, start getting ready. So you don't have to stay for the whole thing. It's really up to you. And obviously, you know, if there may be folks joining us on Zoom as well. So I would entertain a motion that we
Motion to
approve item 62 and invite our guests in. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so we have councilors-elect Ann Thalheimer, Rick Purcell, Mimi Panich. You're more than welcome to come on in. We do have councilors on Zoom this evening, so some of these desks are open for you. Councilor Graney's desk is open. Councilor Izzy Rivera, he'll be zooming in, so.
Mimi Panich, if you want, you could sit in my.
Councilor Anderson Burgos' desk is open, wherever you'd like. And so just, you know, for this evening, the purposes of this, you know, obviously we're not having councilors debate on anything or vote on anything. You're councilors-elect right now. But thank you for being here and taking the time to join us this evening. And so, Councilor Sullivan, did you want to kick us off?
Madam President, if we could have a moment of silence in memory of Phil Chesky, who passed away on Sunday.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so this meeting is being recorded and translated into Spanish. I didn't say that at the beginning, but thank you to Holyoke Media for making that happen. All right, items 1 and 2 will stay laid on the table. I haven't heard. Oh my gosh, it's the first time that the president's report is new at the top. And I am ready.
We just changed that order.
We literally just changed that rule, and it makes so much sense. I just wasn't even thinking of it. Thanks, guys. Okay, so just a few updates for everyone. Tomorrow is the 19th, and the city is celebrating Discovery Day, which is a holiday celebrated in Puerto Rico. Another note that we have is, in addition to new rules, this is the first time we have a new rule that has passed in the last term. It's the 2-year legislative term. And so after the last meeting next month, Jeffrey's going to reach out in the wonderful way that he does things, and he's going to organize a list of the orders that we have that belong to each of you. So if you would like to continue the orders that you have that are in the jacket, you just need to let Jeffrey know, and he's going to make a list of orders that are filed by retiring members that he'll also share with all of us in case there's any we either want to take over or refile. And as always, the communications in your committee jackets are going to be archived. We discussed that he'll also be creating a report of orders that will be disposed of, which will be filed as a communication at the first meeting of the new term, so that there is record of what was disposed of. That is going to be attached to the hard copies of those orders so that the clerk's office has record of what's happened to them. This is the first time, this is a new rule, so this process seemed to make sense, but if it doesn't, we'll just figure that out as we go. Another reminder, we're going to have an executive session at 5:30 prior to next Tuesday's public safety meeting. This was because we didn't have the opportunity to do it before a regular meeting, and so that agenda is going to be posted and emailed out tomorrow to everyone. And a reminder, December 2nd is when we're going to be doing pictures for counselors that are completing their term right now. So new counselors, those pictures will take place at the end of your first term. It'll be right out here in City Council in the hallway. And we're still on track to set the tax rate in early December. I've been meeting with the mayor and communicating with the folks from the state, so we are still on track to do that. Let's see, we got a lot of updates, I'm sorry. MMA annual conference, you should have gotten an email about that. It's in January. Let Jeffrey know if you're going. The tree lighting ceremonies next month, you will get information on that soon. And then just another reminder that the Thanksgiving party, it's a potluck at City Hall for City Hall employees this Thursday at noon. There is a sign-up sheet if you're planning to attend. So if I know it's during the workday, so if you can't make it, understand, but if you can, it'd be great to see you there. That's all I got. Anyone else have anything that they want to add? Councilor Devine.
The raising of the Puerto Rican flag is at 3 o'clock on the 19th.
Yes, that was the first thing on my list. Thank you. Councilor Rivera.
Yes, first I want to say happy birthday to my daughter Isla. And then happy birthday to my daughter Izzy, who her birthday was last week.
Nice.
So I got one after another. And then the other piece was the MMA also sent out emails about new counselor-elect training in December. I'm not sure if everyone got them. If they didn't,
Yes.
I could share the email that I got, share with everyone else, just in
Jeff,
case.
thank you. Jeffrey did circulate that, but it's always good to have a reminder. Okay, anyone else? All right. Public comment. We do have a few folks signed up, and if you are on Zoom and you are here for public comment, just remember to raise your hand. For folks who are not familiar or have not done public comment before, you will just state your name and address. For the record, everyone gets 2 minutes. I will keep track of time, and I will let you know when we're halfway through. I'll hold up a sign that says we're halfway or a minute left, and then when your time's up. And I'll let you know. And so I'll just go in order that folks are signed up here. Edward Owen, Front Street. And I don't think that's on, so you just want to make sure it's under the handle. Yep, there you go. Should work.
Edward Owen, 120 Front Street, Holyoke. My issue has already been addressed, and I just want to thank you for your time.
Perfect. Right to the point. Appreciate it. All right, up next I have Kimberly, Mount Tom Ave.
Yes.
Hi.
My name is Kimberly Payne. I'm from 27 Mount Tom Avenue. I just want to ask you to do something for me tonight. Close your eyes, would you? Just close your eyes for a minute and just listen to what I'm saying. I want you to think about the work week and how hard sometimes, the work week can be really tough and things happening. You might have kids you have to take to a sports event or the doctor. You might have a meeting at night or whatever. And so you go through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you're getting really tired. And on Thursday, you come home to this music. You're in your house, making dinner, watching some TV, whatever, and you can hear this music so loud that you can make out the words to the music, okay? Now, let's fast forward. Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday for about 5 to 6 hours at Wyckoff Golf Course. They have outdoor music that is so disruptive to our community. It is a residential community, and we need to try to be able to use some ordinances to where we can get them to turn it down. For one thing, their speakers are absolutely turned towards the houses along that line. It is so disruptive that I can be in my bedroom watching TV and I can hear it clear as day. I don't know how the people there that are actually in Wyckoff can stand it being so loud there. That's a golf course, okay? So I just ask you if you would consider what we have to deal with.
That would be time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sigrid Stevens, 27 Mount Tom.
Yes, hi. My name is Sigrid Stevens, 27 Mount Tom Avenue. I'm here to read a letter written by Nicole Harrison, one of our neighbors, also on Mount Tom Avenue. Dear members of the Holyoke City Council, I am writing as a resident of Mount Tom Avenue, and like other residents of our neighborhood, would like to express my concerns about the ongoing issue of excessive band and music noise coming from Wyckoff Country Club. Over the past several months, there have been numerous occasions where loud music, often from live bands or amplified sound systems, has disrupted the peace and quiet we value in our neighborhood. While I appreciate the importance of cultural events and musical performances in our city, the current volume and frequency of these activities have made it difficult for many residents to enjoy their homes, rest, and maintain a reasonable quality of life. The noise often continues late into the evening, impacting families, individuals who work early hours, and seniors. The level of noise specifically affects my son, Owen, who is on the autism spectrum. Children with autism often experience heightened sensitivity to sensory stimuli. And in our case, the persistent noise disrupts my child's sense of safety and routine. This can lead to increased anxiety, difficulty sleeping, and behavioral challenges that affect our entire family. I kindly ask the City Council to consider implementing or strengthening measures that address noise disturbances in residential areas. This could include stricter enforcement of existing noise ordinances, setting clear guidelines for event organizers, or establishing reasonable hours for amplified music. I appreciate your time and attention to this matter. I am confident that together we can find solutions that support both community events and a peaceful living environment.
We're at time.
Sincerely, Nicole Harrison.
Thank you. Okay, up next I have Sonia, Chestnut Street.
Good evening, councilor, members, neighbors, and friends. My name is Sonia Ramos, and I'm a resident, 193 Chestnut Street. I'm here as a speaker for the Chestnut Community Alliance. I'm here to share community concerns about the snow emergency parking ban, especially how it affects our elders, disabled residents, and those without digital access. We're not here to pose. We're here to build bridges. We understand the need for safety and emergency access, but the current system causes confusion, fear, and unintended harm. Examples: elders, neighbors rushing outside unsafe and unclear signage, digital-only alerts. Solution: printed notice, clear signs, grace periods, visuals, clues like Chicopee. They have blue lights when the emergency snow ban is in effect. They just alert. What is important? And then the solar alarm. When the siren sounds, it doesn't say snow emergency. It sounds like a fire, like an evacuation. I've seen our neighbors rush outside in slippers, fear, unsure, and danger. This is not safety, this is trauma. We're not here asking for perfection. We are asking for compassion, for clarity, for inclusion, for clear signage on affected streets, especially for Chestnut Street. Printed notice delivered to household, especially in seniors in low-income building. I live in one of them. I review some other alarms, like Chicopee, like I said. It's new, it's clear, everybody could see it. Everybody can understand it. We could work together to build the city of Holyoke. Thank you for your time.
Perfect, thank you. Okay. I don't see anyone for public comment online, so I'll give you that. Thank you. Okay, I haven't heard otherwise on items 1 or 2 or 3. If anyone wants to take them up, please just let me know. Otherwise, I'll keep going. No, 3 was on the table last week. Oh, okay. Okay. I don't. All right. So 4. 4 is from the city clerk, Brenna Murphy, and our administrative assistant. It's the meeting minutes from October 7th.
Motion to receive.
I think we're waiting for the open meeting finding.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's for 3, or I was actually on 4.
That's for
4, I think.
That's for 4.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. That threw me off. Okay, so we can do 3 from November 6th, unless anyone has any objections.
Motion to receive.
Motion to approve and adopt. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so we skip over 4. My apologies. 5, I haven't heard otherwise. Okay. 6 is communication from the mayor appointing Cheryl Figueroa to Valley Opportunity Council.
Madam President,
Yes,
make a
Councilor.
motion to receive and to refer that to public service, please.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to receive and send to public service. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Madam President, can we just leave 7 on the table because we'll take that up with when we get to the orders and ordinance, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
And then, so 8 is from the auditor. That is the mayor's supplemental budget. It's the
Receive and refer to the Finance Committee, please.
revised. We can do that. I thought that 8 goes with 25, but I'll refer to the finance chair if you want that to go to committee.
Yeah, I'd make a motion that we take item 8 and 25 together, and they were already brought up to Finance Committee and referred to the full council, which we're doing. So,
Okay.
Both up the table, is that what we're doing?
There was a motion to suspend the rules to take 8 and 12. 25 together as a package.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. So, as I said, 8 is the revised pages from the mayor's supplemental budget, and then 25 is actually the Committee on Finance, the mayor's 26 supplemental budget communication and budget book, and that was recommended that the order be referred to the full council. Councilor Devine?
yeah, and I guess now I'd make a motion that we accept the supplemental budget and vote on it tonight.
Second.
Motion was made and seconded to accept the full supplemental budget and vote on it this evening. Under discussion, do folks want to go? We don't have to go line by line. Does anyone want to make any cuts to the supplemental budget column? Otherwise, we can just vote as a package. Councilor McGrath-Smith?
Thank you, Madam President. I would just love to hear a brief and brilliant from the finance chair.
I couldn't hear you.
If we could just hear a brief and brilliant from the finance chair as to the committee report.
Well, the committee report is that we took this up in finance and we referred it back to the city council as a whole.
Councilor Bartley?
Yeah, just through the chair, because Councilor Sullivan on the Finance Committee?
Yes.
Yep.
Just through the chair to Councilor Sullivan. Councilor Sullivan, would you please, just for my edification, just tell me in a brief way what was discussed in Finance Committee and tell the public what was discussed in Finance Committee and what changes are before us?
Yeah,
Thanks,
there's
Mike.
just a few small changes, and basically, I gotta find my notes from that night. The big change is the amount of reduction in the total overall city budget in the original supplement that was sent to us was $361,570. The new number is $299,656. And that was basically because the $61,914 change that was for the property maintenance line is going to stay there. So that won't be getting reduced. That's the big change. And then the other reason for sending it was to see if anybody wanted to make any single line item cuts in the budget.
Thank you. Councilor Givner, did you have your hand up?
Yeah, thank you, Madam President. I just wanted to reiterate that one line item, that one line item was on page 35, item 51106, and it was to not exclude the 61914.
Okay. Councilor Bartley.
Yeah, and I'll just switch for the public. So there is a letter dated November 12, 2025. Jeff has it online, and if the public wants to review the various changes made in the, which is normally what we have in a committee report, but we didn't have that. But we do have the letter, and that's somewhat helpful. And it seems, all of them seem pretty reasonable, so I'm looking forward to supporting this.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right, on the motion to adopt the supplemental budget, the clerk will call the roll. If you vote yes, you're voting to adopt.
Did we pick a?
Oh, yeah, Councilor Jenny Rivera is going first tonight.
Jenny Rivera?
Yes.
Sullivan?
Yes.
Bacon?
Yes.
Anderson Burgos?
Yes.
Bartley?
Yes.
Devine? Yes. Givner?
Yes.
Rainey?
Yes.
Jordan?
No.
McGrath Smith?
Yes.
Murphy Ramboletti?
Yes.
Ocasio?
Yes.
Israel Rivera?
Yes.
12 yeas, 1 nay.
Okay, with that, you have passed the supplemental budget. And, okay. Then that brings us to item number 9. And that could, I have a note, that could be taken up with 28. It's related to that, yeah. So I would entertain a motion.
You
Just
want a motion for that, to that effect?
Yes, please.
I'll make a motion that we suspend the rules, take 9 and 28 together as a package.
Motion's been made and seconded to suspend the rules and take 9 and 28 together as a package. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so 9 is from our assistant city engineer. It's a final memo on the Center City 110 agreement. And 28 is the Committee on Finance, to whom was referred an order that the council accept the provisions of the Mass DOT Center City Connector 3 project grant, $5,341,978.91, no match. And it's recommended that the order be adopted.
That went back.
Councilor Devine? Everything all right?
I'm just looking at this, and my recollection is that we kept that in committee
Oh, okay.
because the numbers were off.
Okay. Is that the recollection of the other members of the Finance Committee? Is that what you guys would like? I'm okay with that if you want.
I do.
Is this, sorry, so
Councilor
items
Givner?
9 and what?
28.
28.
Oh, okay. So there was a little confusion in committee because we were under the impression that it wasn't actually a no match grant for 5,341,978.91. There were some stipulations attached, but it was our understanding that we just needed to approve this and the attached wording. So that was my recollection from committee. Yeah.
And I think Victoria's final memo is in regards to that too.
Oh, yeah, that's what 9 is.
Right.
Councilor Sullivan?
Yeah, I'm just, I don't remember, I thought we did send it forward waiting for this letter that we'd have tonight, which we do.
Okay.
This much I can say is not, the longer we delay on accepting this, this is a ticking time bomb under the streets. The disaster we had up by the high school where the water main blew up there and just about wiped out the Roberts Field, this would be far worse. You could rename the lower section of the city Lake Cabot if this goes. That water main down there is from 1875. All right. The other monies that are coming in, they've already gone through with the water department. Has got money for their section of it. That's all explained in this letter. I'm just seeing it for the first time tonight. But to read it quickly, the city has invested approximately $1 million of Chapter 90 funds toward the design and road acquisition necessary for the project. An additional approximately $1.5 million for the construction of these improvements. It should be noted that Hoyoke Water Works has already signed a separate agreement with Mass DOT for the water line work, and $1.5 million is not included in the cost of the provisions of the current agreement being presented for approval. I believe what the only risk for us is if it goes 10% over the 5.4 million, 5.34 million. If it goes over that by 10%, anything over that 10%, which is 530,000 over one, we would be responsible for. That's pretty much standard fare. This is a state project, and I can tell you if that was to happen, it's kind of a long shot. The factors that are built into this, the engineering that's already gone on, is incredible. Delaying this could cost us far, far, far in excess of any risks we're taking right now by not going ahead with this.
Okay. So, all right. So it was recommended that the order be adopted. Counselor Devine, is there anything you want to add before making a
No,
motion?
I think that's fine. I think Counselor Sullivan explained it, and Victoria's letter is really good.
Okay. So I would entertain a motion to receive. Oh, sorry, I'm Counselor Bartley.
One question.
Go for it.
To Counselor Sullivan, if I could, since.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, assuming the worst happens and we overrun the budget, what was said in terms of covering the cost of the excess funds? For example, do we have that in free cash? Are we able to bond for it? What would the resolution be if this contingency were to result?
Well, thanks, Councilor Bart. You catching me totally by surprise, but my first reaction is this is of such a magnitude that if something like that did happen, it would be a good use for our rainy day fund to cover something like this. This would be an extraordinary event if it did. That's my opinion, is where it would come from. What's a technical term for our rainy day fund? Is the
Stabilization
fund. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. Just one more question.
Absolutely.
So, has that been communicated? I mean, I see. I didn't mean to catch you off guard, Mike. I know you're being facetious because this letter's dated November 14th, so none of us really have had a chance to digest this. But has that been communicated by the city auditor, by the bond counsel, by the mayor, by Ms. Hool? Anyone?
No, that hasn't. But
So
by the same,
you just came up with that right then and there.
right then and there, that
Right.
would be. But also, let's remember that this could also, number one, come in well under budget. Also, these estimates and bids are put together very professional. They're done by Mass DOT. The 5.3 million, in effect, isn't truly a grant. It's the amount of work that they're going to do. But if it goes over that amount, that's what they'd be expecting us to cover.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. So what Mike said is absolutely right, but to think that a state project's going to come in under budget, it's also true that it's possible that Friday could take the place of Monday someday in the calendar. I guess that's also possible as well, but it's not super likely. So the likelihood of a project of this magnitude coming in under budget in this day and age with all the construction overruns is probably not great. So my hope is that there'll be continuing conversation, especially communicated to you, Madam President, relative to the possible overrun. Okay, I mean, I think our hands forced.
Yeah.
I think we got to go ahead and do it now for sure. But I know you'll be vigilant on it. So that's the main thing. Okay.
Thank you. Counselor Givner, you had your hand up. Are you good or sorry?
Thank you, Madam President. I was just going to reiterate that I don't think we can afford to not do this. So reiterate what Councilor Bartley said. It's important to know where any excess funds would come from. I do think in the Finance Committee meeting that Victoria Hool did make it clear that the city would be responsible for any excess funds where it came from. She didn't specify, but I think this is once again one of these things we can't afford to just leave undone, especially if the state is offering to fund most of it. Thanks.
Counselor Sullivan, sorry.
I just want to make it clear, it's not an overrun of the 5.341 million, right? It's an overrun of $500,000 over that. And we're not responsible for that $500,000 overrun. It's anything over $500,000 overrun. So if it ran $1 million more than what was projected, we'd be on the hook for $500,000, which is in itself of a lot of money, but in the scope of the risk of not doing this, it's a phenomenal deal, so.
Okay, I'm not seeing any other discussion, so I would entertain a motion to receive, adopt the committee report, and pass the second reading.
So moved.
Motion's been made and seconded. The clerk will call the roll. If you vote yes, you are voting to approve the grant.
Jenny Rivera?
Yes.
Sullivan?
Yes.
Bacon?
Yes,
Anderson Burgos?
Yes.
Bartley?
Yes.
Devine?
Yes.
Givner?
Yes.
Graney?
Yes.
Jordan?
Yes.
McGrath Smith?
Yes.
Murphy Ramboletti?
Yes.
Ocasio?
Yes.
Israel Rivera?
Yes.
Unanimous vote.
With that, you have passed or accepted 28. Go back to regular agenda. All right. Item 10 is from City Councilor Linda Bacon, open meeting law complaint.
Madam President,
Yes, Councilor Bacon.
the motion is to receive, and I would just like to caution us as we keep adding rules to our meetings, that every time we make these rules, we're making more complications for ourselves when we have to extend meetings. So it's a cautionary note. Thank you.
Thank you. So the motion was to receive.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, 11 is from Parker O'Brien, Planner 1, communication regarding 6409 Verizon, 2025-25.
I'll make a motion to receive, but does this have to be reviewed anywhere? It's a special
Second.
permit, so I assume it has to. Well, I don't know if that's gonna go DGR or ordinance or wherever, but
The permit was approved by the planning board, but I think that's all.
there's no action required by city council?
I don't think
This is just a
so.
communication?
No.
Oh, okay, well then, motion received.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to receive. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, 12 is from Tapestry, Holyoke Quarterly Report, April 1st to September 30th, 2025.
Receive.
Motion to be received.
Motion was made and seconded to receive. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Item 13 is a petition from residents in Ward 7 regarding noise complaints.
Be received.
I'll second that, but under discussion.
A motion was made and seconded under discussion. Councilor Bartley?
So I'm just looking at this. This looks like it's signed, but it's a letter signed by, just say 20 or so, maybe 24 residents, relative to excessive noise proximate to Wyckoff Country Club. And Wyckoff Country Club's owner is the same owner, who I consider him to be a gentleman, for sure, but it's the same owner that wants to construct a massive facility in what I coined the phrase as the Elmwood Forest. So this is the exact same person who owns and operates Wyckoff. He wants to do something even larger and greater in scale and scope, smack dab in the middle of an existing neighborhood in Elmwood. So I would just ask people just to be attentive to that. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor. Anyone else? Councilor McGrath-Smith?
I'm wondering if we should send this to public safety.
I'll second that.
Okay, so motion's been made and seconded to send to public safety. Under discussion, I do see Councilor Jordan's hand up.
Yeah, can we give a copy of this to the mayor as well? I mean, he has a close personal relationship with the gentleman, and he's overseeing the departments that are supposed to be policing these rules.
For
So
sure.
the residents really should be taking their concerns up with the guy who's in charge. So that's really what should be happening here. It sounds like they're looking for the city council to do something to help them, and certainly I hope we will. But I think we need to start with the person actually in charge, who could, with a phone call, hopefully fix the problem so these people can live in peace.
For sure. Thank you, Counselor. And we can definitely, if he hasn't gotten a copy of it, we can make sure that gets sent to him. I have Counselor Givner and then Counselor Devine.
Thank you, Madam President. So, regards to the petition, I think it's important to receive and acknowledge the concerns of the neighbors and residents in that area. But I would like to just reiterate that the plans for a sports complex in Holyoke are ideas. I think the Elmwood Forest community has done a really great job of coming out and voicing their concerns about that being a, even a prospect of a space in the city. So I think it's really important that we're careful about accusing anyone of having absolute plans to do anything anywhere, because I've seen other ideas for where the sports complex could be. So it sounds like this investor is looking to bring business into Holyoke in the form of a sports complex somewhere where it's appropriate. So I just wanted to put that out there. And I know that Elmwood Forest is on the radar of many counselors on this body and many residents. So I just want to cool this down a little, because I don't think that there is any plan to like bulldoze what's being called Elmwood Forest at this point. There will be public hearings, there will be comments, there will be more plans shared with the community. There aren't any yet, so I think we can all take a moment to just consider that residents have rights, they're voicing their concerns, and there's nothing in the works yet.
Thank you. I have Counselor Devine, Rivera, and then Counselor Bartley, and there is a motion on the floor to refer to committee. So if, I'm just going to encourage folks, say your piece, and then we'll go on the motion. So Counselor Devine, then Rivera, then Bartley.
I'd like to send a copy of the petition to the chief of police as well.
Sure. So
Thank
the
you.
chief and the mayor, no problem.
That's an amendment. I'll second the amendment.
Okay. That is an amendment.
It's got to be an amendment to the order.
Can you make a motion?
Well, I think that was a motion.
Okay.
I seconded it.
Okay, great. All those in favor?
Aye.
Of the amendment? Okay. And then I have Counselor Rivera and Counselor Bartley.
I think the only point I wanted to make is that residents complained for the situation with Dunkin' Donuts on that strip too, and people didn't actually listen to that either. So it's just like we can't pick and choose when we're trying to listen to residents and when we're not. Just kind of wanted to point that out. Regarding the situation with Mr. Cesar Ruiz, that's somewhat becoming of a conundrum now. And it's interesting to try to find out how best to navigate it, because they kind of are operating within the time frame and the hours that they're allowed to. So it just makes it a little bit more complex, because we kind of want to tighten rules just for one particular situation. So it would be interesting for us to kind of go about navigating that. So thank you.
Thank you. Counselor Bartley.
Yeah, I just, to my friend, the Ward 4 Councilor, to the chair, I don't think I was being exaggerating. I don't think I have to be admonished about cooling things down. I think I'm well within my right, and this is relevant because it's the same person that owns Wyckoff that is advocating the only place that's been brought to public. Now, maybe the Ward 4 Councilor knows other areas of town, but no other area has been expressed to me. Not one, and not one to the public, as far as I know. So the only one I know is the 22 acres in Elmwood, and the only way you're going to develop that is by bulldozing all that acreage. So whether or not the councilor wants to buy that, that's fine. I don't think I was saying anything outlandish. It's just the nature of it. It fits in perfectly well with what was portrayed earlier. So I don't feel bad about saying it, and frankly, if you want to call me out, fine. But I think that's just advocating on behalf of constituents. That's all that is. Thank you.
Thank you. I have Counselor Givner, and then.
Thank you, Madam President. So with all due respect, that wasn't a response to through the President to Counselor Bartley at all. That was a general statement about the temperature of this project in the city. So I'm sorry if it was taken that way. And As far as other plans, I did see a plan at the Volleyball Hall of Fame event. I want to say 3 years ago, where Councilor Bartley was also present, where plans were shared. I thought you were present. Maybe you weren't.
Getting called out.
I didn't.
Ago, Council.
I'm not trying to call you out. I'm just saying this is not in regards to you. I'm just saying there were plans in the past.
Well, you just called out. I don't know.
All right, so we're
Not about you.
okay.
It was
I know.
plans around the city, in other areas
I don't know why I did that last one. I'm sorry.
that just showed the sports complex possibly being spread throughout different buildings throughout the city. This is the second idea I've seen at the Elmwood Forest location. So again, this was not personal. It wasn't to call anyone out. It was just saying that I don't want people to feel like their neighborhood is being attacked when there's just ideas that aren't coming into fruition unless there's actual plans, which don't exist. Thank you.
On the motion to.
Madam Chair.
Oh, I'm sorry, Councilor Greeny. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just was going to say on the motion, let's move the question.
You
please.
took the
Thank
words
you.
right out of my mouth, sir. Okay. On the motion, there was an amended motion to send to public safety and send a copy to the mayor and a copy to the police chief. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Great.
Madam President,
Yes, Councilor Sullivan?
I'd like to make a motion to reconsider action on item number 12. We received that. I would like to have it sent to public safety. And I'd like to, the reason is, when you look at the report quickly, I don't want to just receive this. 193,000 syringes distributed in a 6-month period.
Okay, so
That's
I'll
100
second,
that's
I'll second the
100
motion to reconsider.
Second.
So the motion was made and seconded to reconsider. And we'll send.
Public safety, that was 193,000 syringes distributed in a 6-month period. That's 1,000 syringes a day.
Absolutely.
Second.
So the motion, we'll first vote on the motion to reconsider. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? I think, okay. And then a motion to send to public safety.
Second.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to send to public safety. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Madam President?
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Councilor Jordan?
Yeah, I'm in support of the motion to go to committee, but I did want to just make one brief comment. This is nothing new about the number of needles distributed. Some of us have been saying this for years and years and years and years about how many are being distributed out there. So welcome to the conversation. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I'll just make sure that's all set. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Okay. All right, and we are on 14 now. 14 was the Committee on Ordinance, to whom was referred an order that the City Council establish minimum eligibility requirements such as a 4-year degree in accounting and finance and 3 years successful management experience for appointment as treasurer prior to the initial appointment, if voters approve the appointment. Recommended that the order be adopted. Councilors Rivera and Bacon, I know you're zooming in. Are you signing off on your?
Yes.
Okay. Is it okay if we do
Thank
that?
you.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, and Councilor Rivera, I will turn it over to you.
Thank you. So this order was filed by Councilor Vacan and Jordan, and I believe the intent here was to kind of outline just pretty much some requirements for the person applying for the job when we, whatever we decide to do moving forward. We had a nice conversation, and I believe our HR director, Kelly Curran, was with us. This is not the first time we've met on this topic. I think might be the second or third. And ideally, again, like I mentioned, the intention was to try to lay out some requirements or some specifications for anyone that would be applying for the treasurer position. Then I have to apologize also for the background because I have my kids with me. It's her birthday again. We're celebrating it. So if you hear any noises in the background,
You're good.
my apologies.
You're good.
But yeah, if anything, if Councilor Vacan wants to expand a little more, anyone else that was present at the meeting, please feel free to do so. It went out 4-0. There was some conversation about possibly what it's going to look like coming the next council, if we're going to move forward with adding the collector piece to that treasurer piece. But I believe in the meeting, Councilor Bacon outlined where there is opportunity to do that, even with what we're doing at the moment. But I'll let her expand more on that if she'd like.
Thank you. Councilor Bacon, I see your hand up.
Thank you, Madam President. So the only thing that I wanted to add is that the companion order, the next one, is contemplating a grade 14 for this position, which is a higher grade than the other finance positions. And there was a concern raised that if the person was applying for treasurer and then it became treasurer collector in perhaps a relatively short period of time, that might create some concern. But we also discussed the fact that since that has been a topic on the table for some time, that discussion can also be part of the interview process, that there is the possibility that that would be something that could be happening within the near future relative to the position, which is already going to be coming through at a higher grade that would accomplish that level of responsibility. Thank you.
Can I entertain a motion that we package them together so that we could just do it that way?
I'll second that.
Do it that way.
Okay. So the motion was made and seconded to suspend the rules and package items 14 and 15. So I read 14.
If you want to read 15, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
15 was that a salary range be established for the treasurer's position as the appointment of the position was approved by the voters, and that was also recommended that the order be adopted. And I would entertain a motion to pass the first reading if that's what you are proposing.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to pass the first reading. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion pass the second reading?
Motion to pass the second reading.
Okay.
Okay. I see Councilor McGrath Smith has her hand up.
Thank you.
I had a question too.
Okay, and okay, hold on one second. I see Councilor McGrath Smith, then I have Councilor Rivera and Councilor Jordan.
Thank you, Madam President. I wanted to name that in the ordinance committee, we discussed this, and alongside the reality that many of us also want to see this become a combined position between the treasurer and the collector. And right now in front of us is only the collector's position. So a person may choose to vote against this tonight, not because they disagree with many of the fine requirements that are in here, but because they're still waiting for that combined treasurer collector position. The other piece I wanted to name is that we discussed it being a higher grade, with the understanding that especially if this becomes a treasurer collector position, it needs to be at a much higher grade. But a concern that if someone was hired, it could feel a bit like a bait and switch. Granted, I think that we would be very upfront with anyone that we hired, or that we interviewed, that this is a position that very well could be a combined position very soon after they take the position, and that the salary range that is in here for treasurer would be the same for a combined treasurer collector. That feels to me like there could be some conflict there, and I would rather this be the salary range that we set for a treasurer collector rather than say it's for the treasurer, but then we're going to change the job description afterwards. I think that could cause some conflict with someone taking a job, feeling like we're adding additional responsibilities, and then leaving the position. The other thing I want to name in the document itself is that I felt like we had in committee said that this was going to be grade 14, but I see grade 16 here in the document.
We said 14.
Yes, but in the document itself, under the combined 14-15, where it says section 4, it says the treasurer shall be paid at grade 16 annual salary, which provides a minimum 103,965 to a mid-range 123,882 and a maximum 143,799. I just thought that we had said it was going to be grade 14, which is 101,388 as the min, 120,821 is the mid and 140 257 as the max. So just
You're
lots of questions that I have
Is that a
about
motion?
this.
Was that a motion to amend it back to what we voted on? We didn't discuss, we voted on it to be 14, so is that a motion?
You guys, I thought, just from watching the recording, I thought you guys had voted on a range.
We did,
Yes.
grade 14 though. So is that your motion to amend it to grade 14?
I absolutely think it should be amended to 14.
I'm going to second that motion.
I'll second
I
that.
think that was a motion.
Okay, so the motion was made and seconded to amend the language to, is it just to 14? Grade 14. Okay. Under discussion, I see Counselor,
I was supposed to be next, just in case.
I was
My bad.
just gonna say that.
I'm sorry, go ahead. I can't raise my hand right now because I got too much going on.
Okay, go ahead. Counselor Rivera.
It's not long. It's. I just wanted to add. Meg kind of stole my thunder. A lot of what I was going to say is exactly what Meg said, Councilor Meg McGrath Smith. Around the meeting and the conversation and adding the treasurer collector and also having I get the piece that we can be upfront with the person, but I know that if it were me being hired and all of a sudden they added more responsibilities, even though it came with more pay, it would be somewhat of a culture shock or a shock just in general. I just wanted to put that out there, but she did all that, so thank you, and go ahead, keep on with the meeting. My bad.
Thank you for your permission to go on with the meeting. I have Counselor Jordan.
Yeah, Madam President, first thing is I do support the grade 14, so that's good. Support that amendment. Number 2 is the public did vote for an appointed treasurer. This finally fulfills that commitment to do that. If the council next year chooses to do some other changes, we have to be mindful of the fact that this position is to be posted. We've got to have get it going so that by February we can actually have a treasurer in place. Under the current law, this current treasurer is going to be out, and that position will be vacant. I would also note we're already down an auditor, which nobody expected that we were going to be down an auditor. So we've got some really key positions here that need to be filled. And this work, we should adopt this at the grade 14 as was recommended by the committee, move forward and get this thing posted and get the position filled. And then, wherever the conversation goes next year about making other changes and mergers of positions and however that plays out, you'd also have the benefit of having a key person in. And these things can also come as part of the interview process and discuss other possibilities with this person. You'd also have the benefit of having this person on board to assist you in advising you on what other changes should be there. You want to build the team. And all right now we're doing is we're losing members of the team. We're not building the team. So we need to get that, and I think we're going to be in a better place if we can get a qualified, strong treasurer that the public voted for. Thank you.
Thank you. Counselor Sullivan?
Yeah, so a question through the chair, through the president.
I'll be done in a minute.
Grade
Yeah, I'm
4,
here.
what is the salary range for grade 14 that we're changing this to?
So my understanding is at the meeting, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that I heard that the salary grade 14 was the range that's on the piece of paper that you guys have right now. That's what I understood at the meeting. I believe that's what Councilor Bartley and Councilor Vacan and everyone else understood. But and what I'm understanding now, I just received some communication, is that the law department put the range in 16, assuming that it fits. I don't know, they had a different system that they matched it to, and I guess that makes sense. Somewhere somebody's off. It could be a Scribner's error. It might make sense to send it back if you want to try to figure it out and hash it out and figure out what is the actual detail, whether it's 14 or 16. But the salary range is the salary range we're looking for. You were actually there that night, Councilor Sullivan. So you were the one that kind of helped guide us to that range. Now, I don't think any of us agreed to a number 16. I don't remember that. I hope that clarifies.
No, I agree with you, Councilor Rivera, but I just want to make sure that changing this to grade 14 makes that still the same salary range as we
Right.
agreed on at that meeting, because we will not attract a qualified candidate with anything less than that.
I agree.
Councilor Bacon?
Thank you. So I have a clarification. We chose grade 14 from the proposed Schedule A that had come from HR.
Right.
That was the 101,000 to the top range that Councilor McGrath Smith referenced. We recommended that range referencing that document using those numbers. And I'm guessing that the law department didn't realize that we took the numbers from the proposed new Schedule A. And so they were trying to fit it into the current Schedule A.
Yes.
But we recommended the exact salary numbers of the grade 14 as proposed in the new Schedule A, which was 101,000. And I believe Council McGrath Smith, you had the top number there. I just don't have it right in front of me right now.
Councilor McGrath Smith?
A 142.57.16. I do wonder though if we need to adopt a grade based on what is the current grade structure. So I'm guessing what happened is that they picked 16 because it was the closest to the range that we had named in the meeting.
So just to finish, we're establishing a new pay scale for a new position that was just newly appointed. So we can make the salary what we wish it to be.
So Councilor, what Councilor McGrath Smith was just saying, Jeffrey did confirm that. Jeffrey, did you want to add anything that hasn't already been said? Okay. Everyone has said it, so you're all right. I'm sorry, Councilor Jordan, I apologize.
Yeah, no problem. Madam President, I did want to also just add that the commitment here with grade 14 is a significant commitment. This is about a $55,000 increase to what is the current salary. So that is a tremendous commitment by the city to really get a qualified professional. 142 for a top salary is tremendous. And I would just say, general rule on ordinances, we'll put the grade but not the ranges, because at future dates, the ranges change. Right, we could change the ordinance on the ranges. So as long as the grade is correct, that's what we would want, because the council at later dates could change what a grade 14 gets paid, and you don't go back and change every ordinance with those ranges. As long as we know what it currently is, and it's 101 to 142 today. And obviously the council could change that at a later date, but that's what a grade 14 today represents. And I think that's in spirit of what the committee went forward with, based on my review.
Thank you. I have Councilor Gibner and then Councilor McGrath Smith.
Thank you, Madam President. So I just wanted to be clear, or I guess I just wanted to reiterate that maybe Section 4 needs to say, shall be paid at a grade 14 according to the proposed salary of whatever date that grade is proposed. Because if it's not approved yet, like, what are we putting in writing here? It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. So I'm just curious to how we clarify this and actually write it in a way that actually works. Because if it doesn't get approved, then we try to hire a person under the old grade 14, in which case they're still being offered less than we intend to offer them with all these discussions. Thanks.
Thank you. Councilor McGrath Smith.
My motion is that we send this back to committee.
Is there a second?
Second.
Oh, okay. I do see Councilor Bacon's hand.
Thank you. So just to clarify, I filed the initial order almost a year ago before the citizens voted in January, because if we recall, the initial plan was that they would have voted on this sooner. Then in February, we had draft language for the qualifications for this position. If we send this back to committee now, my concern is that we could very well end up with no treasurer at the beginning of February. It is going to take at least 2 months to recruit a treasurer. Giving notice, doing interviews, they have to give a notice. This is a high-level job. I would expect most people accepting this position would need to give a month's notice. We have the range that the committee voted out. We documented the numerical range, and all we have to do is say grade 14, and this is the numerical range we're setting today for this position. It's not really confusing. I understand some people want to have a treasurer collector, but we don't have that before us.
Thank you.
Right now.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
No, you can keep going if you're, I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's okay. I just urge the council to pass this tonight, or I'm afraid we're going to end up with a vacancy with no applicants. Thank you.
Thank you. Counselor Sullivan?
I just want to support Counselor Bacon 100% on this. We can't send this back to committee. We don't have the time to waste on this.
Okay. So I'm gonna, I'm not seeing any other, I'm sorry, Counselor Givner.
Thank you, Madam President. So in order to vote on this, I need something concrete. And if the salary range of grade 14 doesn't exist yet, I don't know what I'm voting on. Thank you.
Oh, Counselor Jordan.
Yeah, there's a grade 14 today. It's just that there's discussions about changing to other ranges, but everyone in Schedule A, there's already pay established for all these ranges. Today, there's a grade 14 pay.
Thank you. Counselor Givner, you had your hand up?
Thank you for that clarification. I understand there's a grade 14, so maybe I need to rephrase this. If we want to pay someone at a new grade 14 that doesn't exist yet, I can't vote on the old grade 14 to fund this position. Thank you.
Counselor Rivera, and then Counselor Bacon.
Again, so for it's kind of what I wanted to say again. That there's a difference as to grade 14 with the Schedule A. A lot of this has been controversial over the last 3 to 4 months. If we were really that concerned, we would have voted on other things that would have had this in line and had everything running smooth by January and February. But it didn't come forward. We also had the treasurer collector position in the committee too as well, and it was not tried to push forward too. I was trying to push both of them, so that way we had both of them up front and we're able to leave with something, but that was not the appetite at the moment. So I think as much as we really do need this, right, to say with almost 30 days or a little more than 30 days left in this particular term, or and try to rush everything through, to me, that doesn't feel like it's a good process or use of the taxpayer dollar. Because later on, we're going to have to undo everything we're trying to rush through in the moment right now. And I feel like that's something we've done for a long time, undoing things we've done over the last 15 to 20 years, because we've learned lessons the hard way. But I mean, it's the will of the body. And thank you again. I'm sorry.
Okay. Counselor Bacon, I apologize. Yep, go ahead.
Thank you. I must strenuously object to that characterization. This order has been filed for almost 1 year in anticipation of the vote by the voters. And yes, there has been an alternate concept put forth of a treasurer collector, which could still potentially happen. But as we all know, it got merged in with many, many other things over time, and then was not an option before us now to choose from as things have evolved and been merged. So with all due respect, this was filed timely. We've had the draft since February, and it has been delayed. So this is not a last minute rush, but what it is it's getting late because it's been on the table now for almost a year. Thank you.
Okay, on the motion to refer back to committee, all those in favor? Aye. Those
Roll
opposed?
call.
No.
Roll call vote,
Yeah, we can do that. We can do a roll call vote. That's fine. The clerk will call the roll. If you vote yes, you are voting to refer back to committee. If you're voting no, you're not.
Jenny Rivera,
Yes.
Sullivan,
No.
Bacon,
No.
Anderson Burgos,
Yes.
Bartley,
No.
Devine,
No.
Givner,
Yes.
Graney,
No.
Jordan,
No.
McGrath Smith,
Yes.
Murphy Ramboletti,
Yes.
Ocasio.
No.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, Izzy. Izzy Rivera. 6 yeas, 7 nays.
Okay. So that doesn't,
Failed.
that failed. So then before
Motion to
that
pass
was
the
a
second
motion.
So motion to pass second reading, I guess.
Well, there, yes, and there was a motion that it was amended to 14,
For it to read grade 14.
Yep.
right? Okay.
With the range of the 101,000 to the 140.
Okay. So hold on one second. So
Doesn't make sense. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not muted.
is it
That was-
grade 14, or now you're also putting in, because the motion that was on the floor was from 14 to 16. I'm just going off what was on the floor before, and that was from 16 to 14. But now, Counselor Bacon, are you making an amendment? Are you making a
So-
motion to amend that amendment?
So what happened is the committee recommended to have it at grade 14 with a range of 101,000 to 140,000. That was the committee recommendation. It got translated into grade 16 between the committee recommendation and the legal paper in the packet with the agenda. So to the extent that that doesn't match what the committee recommendation is, I'm amending that document to the range that the committee recommended originally. But I guess for our purposes tonight, it technically is an amendment because the numbers are a little different. So it's the 101,000 to 140,000 range
Okay.
for the treasurer position. Thank you.
I see Counselor Rivera's hand is up. I don't even know if that really.
Yeah, it is up. I just need a clarification from the law department as to if we can legally post something as a pay rate, even though legally our pay grade says something different. Because if it hasn't been approved yet that our grade 14 is at that level, currently we're approving a grade 14, but it's conflicting with what we have in ordinance. Is that correct or incorrect? And that's a question for the law department.
Okay, so there's
This
a.
is why we should wait, but whatever.
Okay. That's a question for the law department. Counselor Attorney Bissonnette?
Yes, good evening.
Good evening. Did you hear that question from Counselor Rivera?
I did, and I understand it to ask whether or not by including the salary range in the job description and adopting that, you would automatically change what's in the section covering that particular salary. And yes, it would. It's very rare and unusual to include the actual dollar range for the reasons that Councilor Jordan explained, which makes good sense. However, given the time constraints outlined by Mr. Sullivan and Ms. Bacon, I think it might behoove the council to take that as an amendment, include the salary range dimensions or state a maximum salary for the position, in order to move this along, knowing that it can be and likely will be amended in the future. Hope that helps.
Thank you. That clarifies everything. I'm all set.
Okay. Counselor Sullivan, did you have your hand up?
No, not yet.
Okay. Sorry, I thought I saw it. Who else? I thought I missed a hand. Counselor Givner. There we go.
Thank you, Madam President. So, considering all this, I would make a motion to just accept it at the current grade 16, since it's a matter of a couple grand, and if the salary range changes, we would have to change it at that time. Keeping in mind that obviously then that person would come in at a higher salary range if the range changes, but that's the match right now. So either we can leave it at 16 or take out the grade altogether and just put a salary range in. I don't know what makes most sense, but something that's a little more definitive I could vote on, but I can't vote on a 14 that doesn't exist yet, and I can't vote on a 16 that might change necessarily. I mean, I can, but that would just be giving somebody maybe more money than we expect to at some point. So if we just take out the grade and just put in the range, would that be okay as an amendment?
I'll second that as an amendment.
Okay. Counselor, all right, so the motion was made there was a lot there. So the motion,
Eliminate the grade. I'm seconding to eliminate the grade.
okay,
Eliminate the grade and put in the range.
okay. Motion was made and seconded to eliminate the grade and just put in the range of 101,000 to 140,000. That was made and seconded. Under discussion, Counselor Jordan.
Just going to say I supported what Attorney Bissonnette said, and I also support this amendment. I think that makes sense. Just put in the salary then, unless it changes at a later date. You can go back and amend this later if you want to move the grade or move it, but you're guaranteeing at least it'll be 101 to 140. So I think Attorney Bissonnette's suggestion, and I think what Counselor Givner's saying and Counselor Bacon, that makes sense. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm not seeing any other hands on this discussion. So on the motion to remove the grade and list the salary range of 101,000 to 140,000, that was a motion to pass the second reading. Okay. So.
You have to pass the amendment, Madam President?
Oh, we have to pass the amendment. Yep. Okay. So
Motion to pass the amendment.
on the amendment,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. And then the motion was to pass the second
Second.
reading.
Yep.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And a
Motion
motion.
that it be
Let
ordained.
the package be ordained.
Second.
Motion that the passage be ordained. The clerk will call the roll. If you vote yes, you're voting to adopt the amended ordinances.
Jenny Rivera,
Yes.
Sullivan,
Yes.
Bacon,
Yes.
Anderson Burgos,
Yes.
Bartley,
Yes.
Devine,
Yes.
Givner,
Yes.
Graney,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
McGrath Smith,
Yes.
Murphy Ramboletti,
Yes.
Ocasio,
Yes.
Israel Rivera.
Yes.
Unanimous vote.
With that, you have passed it. Look at that. Okay. That was 14 and 15. All right, we're going to keep moving forward, folks, and we are going to stay brief, and let's go. All right, 16 is the Committee on Ordinance, to whom was referred an order that the city designate 4 parking spots in front of the police department as police business only. Recommended that the order be adopted. Councilor Rivera.
Yes, yes. So this particular order was put forward by Councilor Devine. My understanding is that that the police department would like to have a couple parking spaces right in front of the police station, used specifically for people, patrons for the most part, people that are coming in and out of the building for police business. There was some confusion originally when we thought, when they meant for it to say for police business, meaning that it would be only for police to park there. It's limited parking there already as it is. To take up more parking for the residents that are using the space, it would have been unfair, but they clarified that was not the case. This was more for them. So we went through the process of thinking of how best to put the verbiage together so it doesn't, so it is welcoming to people. So my understanding is, and I think you guys have the language in front of you, is that we reached an agreement that it states, I believe it was 15-minute parking I think it was 15 minutes parking only for the most part, because anyone that would be there would only be there for 15 minutes. Hopefully, if you're there for longer, then it'd be having a conversation with whomever it is at the police station. But yeah, that's the idea. But it passed 5-0 unanimously. And if Patty would like to elaborate, or anyone else that's on the committee, please feel free. But we had, I believe, a captain or a sergeant, Bartolome, and he kind of explained it. And broke it.
So the motion is to pass the first reading.
Yep.
Yep.
Agree to get a second on that?
Okay, the motion was to pass the first reading, and is there a second?
Second.
Under discussion.
Under discussion, Councilor Bartley.
The way the law department put together nicely, it's a good order, and I think this is going to make sense. Let's move this forward.
Madam Chair,
Yes, Councilor Graney.
how does the handicapped sign in front of the police station area, how is that affected by this?
Not affected.
It's
not.
Not affected, Howie.
We got you, bro.
So the handicap space stays, is that
Not
it?
affected, Howie.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine,
Okay.
thanks.
So the motion was to pass the first reading. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion to pass second reading.
I'll second that.
Second.
Motion was made and seconded to pass the second reading. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion that the passage be ordained.
Second.
Motion that the passage be ordained. The clerk will call the roll. If you vote yes, you are voting for item 16.
Israel Rivera. I'm Jenny Rivera.
Yes.
Sullivan.
Yes.
Bacon.
Yes.
Anderson Burgos.
Yes.
Bartley.
Yes.
Devine.
Yes.
Givner.
Yes.
Graney.
Yes,
Jordan.
Yes.
McGrath Smith.
Yes.
Ruffier and Bloody.
Yes.
Ocasio.
Yes.
Israel Rivera.
Yes.
Unanimous vote.
With that, you have passed 16. Item 17 is the Committee on Ordinance, to whom was referred an order that the speed limit on Laurel Street be reduced to 25 miles an hour. Recommended that the order be adopted. Councilor Rivera?
Thank you. This was a communication that we received from the DPW and the city engineer. They said, well, we had the DPW interim director in, and he spoke about as well that we were able to do this, being that the road is not identified as a state road or something. I don't know clearly the terminology he cited, but the recommendation is that we're able to do it and that it got approved 4-0 for it to move forward for approval, because also that kind of matches the ordinance where we put 25 miles per hour for anywhere that it was residential throughout the city.
Okay, thank you. Councilor Bartley?
Yeah, the motion is to pass the first reading.
Motion is to pass the first
Second.
readings or second? Under discussion, Councilor
Normally, the
Bartley.
counselor will say who filed. This is an order that I filed. I added Councilor Rivera onto the order. This is a tremendous recommendation by the city engineer, because what is happening here is that we are just using this as a citywide 25 mile per hour speed limit. So this is really a great recommendation. It avoided having to do a speed study and paying thousands of dollars to do this. So because of that, they're going to remove the 30 mile per hour signs, Madam President, and consequently, they will be subject to the citywide limit, which is 25 miles per hour, which you passed into ordinance, I don't know, a few years ago. I don't remember what it was, but that was something we adopted from state law. So that's where we are, and this is a great compromise, and I think that's going to help the help the residents on Laurel Street. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion? All right, on the motion to pass the first reading, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion to pass the second reading.
Motion is passed the second reading. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion that the passage be ordained.
Motion that the passage be ordained. The clerk will call the roll. If you vote yes, you're voting to adopt item 17.
Jenny Rivera,
Yes.
Sullivan, Bacon,
Yes.
Anderson Burgos,
Yes.
Bartley,
Yes.
Divine,
Yes.
Givner,
Yes.
Graney,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
McGrath Smith,
Yes.
Murphy Ramboletti,
Yes.
Ocasio,
Yes.
Israel Rivera.
Yes.
Unanimous vote.
Okay, with that, you have passed 17. Item 18 is the Committee on Ordinance. An order, if the local option is adopted, that the City of Holyoke create by ordinance a designated parking place for veterans at City Hall to be used in.
Motion is to suspend the rules to take up 18 and 19 because one's a duplicate, please.
Yes.
Can we just get rid of 18 first? So it's just a lead to draw. Don't,
Yeah,
let's go to 18.
Okay.
Okay.
There's no
Let's get
point
rid of
taking them up
18.
together.
So this was just recommended that the order be given leave to withdraw. We can save the
Adopt committee
discussion.
report. Motion to receive adoption
Yeah.
report. Yeah, it's a duplicate.
Yeah, it's a duplicate. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. So 19 is the same, it's same language and order which grants authorities to municipalities to designate a parking space for City Hall veterans, at City Hall for veterans.
So the motion to suspend the rules, take up number 7 off the table as well as this, and take this together.
7 with
Is that the
19.
record?
Motion's been made and seconded to suspend the rules, take 7 and 19 together as a package. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So 7 is
The legal language.
Communication.
is the communication to adopt. Councilor Rivera, and these are
Yes.
recommended that the order be adopted.
Can you just read 7
Yes.
into the record, Madam?
Yeah, I can read 7 into the record. Vote to accept and adopt Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 40, Section 22A and a quarter, authorizing the city of Holyoke to designate, or 3/4, designate the city a parking space for veterans. This city council hereby votes to accept and adopt the provisions of Mass General Laws, Chapter 40, Section Clause 22A, 3/4, which authorizes the city to designate a parking space at City Hall where veterans can park, provided that the veteran owns and operates the motor vehicle, and provided further that the motor vehicle displays veteran registration plate issued by the Department of Motor Vehicles. The designated parking space shall allow a veteran to park at City Hall without a fee during normal business hours. The City of Holyoke shall erect and maintain a sign designating the parking space and shall bear the words veteran parking only. This space is reserved for those who have served. Unauthorized vehicles may be removed at the vehicle owner's expense. Approved by the City Council and the Mayor. Councilor Rivera?
Yep. So this is a lot of what we've went over that night is just we were pretty much matching the ordinance to Mass General Law. I believe Councilor Bartley filed this order. I'm sorry I didn't mention it earlier. It doesn't say that on the agenda with me, and I'm not near
okay.
my computer at the moment, so I kind of can't
okay.
give you that credit. My bad. But so. If you filed it, can you elaborate a little more? I know you did a great job that day at the meeting, and this is a great cause, and I'm going to vote for it. It's a pretty awesome thing to have for the veterans, to be honest.
Yeah, so
Councilor Bartley.
the motion's to receive and adopt the committee report and pass the first reading.
Motion is
Second.
to receive, adopt the committee report, and pass the first reading. Councilor Bartley, under discussion.
Thank you, Councilor Vera. So this is something that so this council is going to do something here. While it may seem like a small thing, it's really not. And it's adopting a law to allow preferred parking. There'll be a nice little sign in the back of City Hall for veterans. And I think that's a nice touch, especially this time of year. So I'm grateful that we took it up in an ordinance at the appropriate time here in November. I also want to point out that a few years ago, that the same ordinance committee, which I was a member, we passed the Purple Heart Trail, which is all Route 202, which I thought that's something I filed. I thought it was just going to be a little street, and then Councilor Shatnoff said, why don't we just make it the whole road? And I'm just so grateful that she thought of that, and that really became a collaborative type of meeting in the ordinance, and we passed that to make that all of Route 202. And I might add that that now is extended all the way to the Connecticut line because Westfield copied us and the Southwick copied us. So the whole thing goes from South Hadley, Muller Bridge, all the way to the Connecticut line, and it's a nice thing for veterans. The last thing is for right now is that I believe we have this a sort of a similar order in charter and rules. I know the chair is going to take this up in short order relative to getting a home rule petition. If we pass this tonight, then the chair is going to take this up and get a home rule petition so we can not only have this signed at City Hall, which that's what the law is limited to under the 22A3/4, as you rightly pointed out, that the law is limited to just City Hall. But if we get a home rule petition, we can extend it to any municipal building, and that's what the order I filed is. That would be in charter and rules. And if we don't take it up this year, that's certainly one I'd want to have the charter and rules take it up for. If you can't take it up this year, and I get it because we're all busy this time of year, take it up. I would like that one to go forward to the next session.
Thank you,
So that's it.
Councilman.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing no other discussion.
Motion to pass the second reading.
Well, we were still in the first reading.
I
So,
thought you said.
oh, it's okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Now I'll entertain a motion to pass the second reading.
Awesome. Motion to pass the second reading.
Second.
Motion to pass the second reading. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed?
Motion that the passage be ordained.
The motion that the passage be ordained. The clerk will call the roll. If you vote yes, you're voting to adopt and approve 7 and 19.
Jenny Rivera,
Yes.
Sullivan,
Yes.
Bacon,
Yes.
Anderson Burgos,
Yes.
Bartley,
Yes.
Devine,
Yes.
Givner,
Yes.
Graney,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
McGrath Smith,
Yes.
Murphy Ramboletti,
Yes.
Ocasio,
Yes.
Israel Rivera.
Yes.
Unanimous vote.
With that, you have passed those items. Thank you. Item 20 is ordinance that the DPW remove the handicap sign at 43 King Street. It is no longer needed. Recommended that the order be adopted. Councilor Rivera?
Yes, so this was, the motion passed 4-0 or 5-0. And the person, I guess, moved and is no longer needed. So, this is followed by Councilor Bartley, I believe. And this was just a removal. And the Handicap Disabilities Commission was communicated with, and so was the clerk's office. So, yeah.
Is
So,
your motion to pass the first
Yeah,
reading?
I was gonna say that next. So I believe it's a motion to pass the first reading.
Second.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to pass the first reading. Any other discussion? Councilor Bartley?
Actually, this is just filed through my name, that's all. So the clerk really does the yeoman's work on that
Yeah.
part. And then the clerk just puts it through the ward counselor. So thank you to the clerk.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right. So the motion was to pass the first reading. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Motion to pass the second reading.
Second.
Motion to
Second.
pass the second reading. All those in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Motion that the passage be ordained.
Second.
Second.
Motion that the passage be ordained. The clerk will call the roll. If you vote yes, you are voting to adopt item 20.
Jenny Rivera,
Yes.
Sullivan,
Yes.
Bacon,
Yes.
Anderson Burgos,
Yes.
Bartley,
Yes.
Devine,
Yes.
Givner,
Yes.
Graney,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
McGrath Smith,
Yes.
Murphy Ramboletti,
Yes.
Ocasio,
Yes.
Israel Rivera.
Yes.
Unanimous vote.
Okay, with that, you have passed 20. Moving on to 21, finance. The Committee on Finance, to whom was referred an order that the treasurer, auditor, and mayor please come to the Finance Committee to discuss why Schedule A, year-end reconciliation for fiscal year 2024 had not yet been filed with the state. Recommended that the order has been complied with. Councilor
Motion.
Devine.
Second reading.
This one, we don't actually have to do that. It's just complied with.
Yeah, just complied with. Make a
Do
motion.
you have any committee update on?
This is an old order
Okay.
that nobody certainly came to me who filed it and
Okay.
asked that it be put forward. So we're trying to clean up the jacket. So
Oh,
that's
okay.
one of the ones.
I see Councilor Jordan has his hand. Councilor Jordan.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with this being considered complied with. I just want the public to know it was never complied with. Like, they never did it. To my knowledge, Schedule A still hasn't been filed. And this is just one more of why the state is after us.
Thank
Have a
you.
good- Yep, thank you.
Okay, so on the motion, and I'm not seeing any other discussion, am I? Okay. On the motion that the order's been complied with, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Madam President, if we could
Yes.
take up item 22 and 23 as a package, please.
Yep. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to suspend the rules and take items 22 and 23 as a package. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, 22 is finance. It's a communication from Solicitor Degnan related to the Park Grant Resolution Phase 2 Anniversary Hill. Recommended that the order be adopted. And 23 is that the City Council accept the provisions of the Executive Office of Energy and Environmental Affairs Parkland Acquisitions and Renovations for Communities Grant, Scott Tower, for $25,000, no match, and establishes the authorization of a fund. Recommended that the order be adopted. Counselor Devine.
Yes, if we go to item 22, everybody should have that on their desk, and these are a resolution. There's like 9 whereases, so I don't know if you want me to read every single one of them, but this is something that matches with the order number 23. Yoni from the Conservation Department was in and talked about this. That's why I recommend that the order be adopted.
Okay.
Motion to pass the second reading.
Okay. Motion that the order be adopted and pass the second reading. Any other discussion? Okay. The clerk will call the roll. If you vote yes, you are voting to approve and accept items 23 and 22.
Jenny Rivera,
Yes.
Sullivan,
Yes.
Bacon,
Yes,
Anderson Burgos,
Yes.
Bartley, Devine,
Yes.
Givner,
Yes.
Rainey,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes,
McGrath Smith,
Yes.
Murphy Ramboletti,
Yes.
Ocasio,
Yes.
Israel Rivera.
Yes.
Unanimous vote.
Okay, with that, you have passed 22 and 23. The 24 is the Committee on Finance, to whom was referred a petition from Ronald Diaz for a livery service at 400 Hillside Ave. Recommended that the order be adopted. Counselor Devine?
Yes, Mr. Diaz was in to finance, and I read all the restrictions and on the operation of the vehicles, and he signed off on each one of those. I think there's 6, 7, 8, 9. He signed off on all those, so we approved the livery service application.
Okay. So
Passes.
the motion is, oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. Counselor Graney?
Yeah, is there parking for those vehicles?
It's,
Through the chair,
I believe it's one vehicle.
one vehicle.
Just one vehicle?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, is that part of the requirement? I'm not sure.
I'm happy to read them for you if you'd like.
Counselor Graney, is that
No,
what-
is it just, all I want to know is if it's limited to one vehicle.
Yes,
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. So the motion was to adopt the committee report. The clerk will call the roll. If you vote yes, you are voting to adopt item 24.
Jenny Rivera,
Yes.
Sullivan,
Yes.
Bacon,
yes,
Anderson Burgos,
Yes.
Bartley, Devine,
yes,
Givner,
Yes.
Rainey,
Yes.
Jordan,
yes,
McGrath Smith,
Yes.
Murphy Ramboletti,
Yes.
Ocasio,
Yes.
Israel Rivera.
Yes.
Unanimous vote.
Okay, with that, you've passed 24. We did 25. 26 is the Committee on Finance, in order that the City Council accept the provisions of the Complete Streets Grant, Race Street, $285,631.88, no match, and authorizes the establishment of a fund related. It was recommended that the order be adopted. Counselor Devine?
Yes, this is a grant, no match grant, and we also had from Mira. Project consists of pedestrian safety and roadway improvement and includes multimodal accommodations along approximately 960 linear feet of Race Street between Sargent Street and Cabot Street in Holyoke. So I make a motion that we accept the grant.
Second.
And pass the
Pass the second reading.
Thank you. Pass the second reading. Motion's been made and seconded to accept the grant and pass the second reading. Any other discussion? Okay, seeing none. The clerk will call the roll. If you vote yes, you are voting to adopt and accept item 26.
Yes.
Sullivan,
Yes.
Bacon,
Yes.
Anderson Burgos,
Yes.
Bartley, Devine,
Yes.
Givner,
Yes.
Rainey,
Yes.
Jordan, McGrath Smith,
Yes.
Murphy Ramboletti,
Yes.
Ocasio,
Yes.
Israel Rivera.
Yes.
12 yeas, unanimous vote.
Thank you. With that, you've passed 26. Item 27 is the Committee on Finance and order that the City Council accept the provisions of the Mass Preservation Project City Hall Stained Glass Windows Grant, $65,000, no match. Recommended that the order be adopted. Counselor Devine?
Yep, this was a grant for the no match, and finally, the last two stained glass windows will be done with this grant.
Yay.
Awesome. Is there
Motion to pass the second reading?
motion to pass the
Second.
second reading? Is there any other discussion? Counselor Bartley?
Yeah, who do we think? Who's been shepherding this? Because I really think they should take
That's wonderful.
a serious bow.
Yeah, Counselor
for doing
Devine?
all this.
I would say that the letter that I have is from Mira Gates, Stormwater Coordinator and Grant Writer, City of Holyoke, 63 North Canal Street, which is the DPW.
Whoa.
And also Aaron Vega
Yep,
was part of this as well.
great.
And the Historic Commission.
If I may add, I
Yeah.
think,
Counselor Rivera, go ahead.
yeah, a lot of funding came too from CPA. The beginning, well, I mean, they did, first, I think, in the past, there was some fundraising that created, but then CPA also helped out too as well. But yeah, it's awesome that this is almost done. It's great to hear that.
Thank you. Counselor Bartley, anything else? You good? All right, seeing no other discussion, or Counselor Sullivan, was that your hand? I
I
apologize.
just wanted to thank former Mary Lane Pluta has been very active in this endeavor.
Yeah, at the Friends of the Stained Glass Windows, yes. All righty, takes a village. So on that motion to pass the second reading, the clerk will call the roll. If you vote yes, you are voting to approve this grant.
Jenny Rivera,
Yes.
Israel Sullivan,
Yes.
Bacon,
Yes.
Anderson Burgos,
Yes.
Bartley,
Yes.
Devine,
Yes.
Givner,
Yes.
Rainey,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
McGrath Smith,
Yes.
Murphy Ramboletti,
Yes.
Ocasio,
Yes.
Israel Rivera.
Yes.
Unanimous vote.
Okay, with that, you have passed 27. Item 28 is, we already did this. Yes.
Madam President,
Counselor Sullivan?
could we take up 29, 31, 32, and 33 as a package?
Yes. Motion has been made and
Second.
seconded to suspend the rules and take items 29 through, did you say 35?
33.
33, I'm sorry.
No, not 29, 31, 32, and 33.
Apologies. 29, 31, 32, and 33 as a package. And I'll briefly read them in, or let's just vote on that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 29 is, these are all finance. In order that City Council invite the mayor and the police and department heads to talk about the status of off-duty police account and former vendor off-duty blue. 31 is a communication from the mayor. 2023 signed MOU with HPD roll call. 32 is a communication from the mayor. 2021 signed MOU, HPD roll call. And then 33 is communication of off-duty blue services agreement. All of these orders are recommended that they have been complied with. Councilor Devine, you want to give us a brief update?
Yeah, these were in the jacket, and they have not been taken up in quite a while. And I had checked with the maker of the order, and which I believe was the president, and that's where we're going with this, that they were complied with.
Okay. Anyone else? Yeah, it sounds like things were addressed before. So, on the motion that these are complied with, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that brings us to 30.
Yep.
And that is the Committee on Finance, in order, in an effort to provide clarity for counselors and the public, that the law department provide guidance or a memo that outlines the number of votes required for different items related to finance, ordinances, real estate, other relevant voting topics. Recommended that the order has been complied with. Councilor Devine.
Yeah, my notes say that the number of votes filed was from 11/7/24 was the last time, so that's why we had complied with it.
Okay. Anyone else? All right, on the motion that this has been complied with, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, let's skip down to 34. 34 is the Committee on Finance, to whom was referred a communication from Health Benefit Trust meeting. This is the meeting minutes from December 4th, 2024, January 13th, February 24th, and March 10th, 2025. Recommended that the order be received. Councilor Devine.
Yeah, that's pretty straightforward. We have the minutes and they were received.
Okay, any other discussion? Not seeing any here. So the motion
To pass a second reading.
is to receive.
Receive the
Yep.
minutes.
Motion's been made to receive. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, that you passed. 35 is finance, that the Commission on Disabilities be invited to the Finance Committee to discuss MGL Chapter 40, Section 22G, which will officially set aside funds from handicap parking violation fines into an independent budget. Recommended that the order has been complied with. Councilor Devine.
Yeah, this is an order that the mayor actually had put money aside in the budget. I believe it was $2,500 for the Disabilities Commission, and that way, and also that if tickets are written for people that are parking in spots that they shouldn't be in, that also will go into that budget. It's an independent budget, and the mayor had originally created it, and that's kind of it. I think it's a great thing. And parking enforcement, the regular employees who do parking enforcement will do it Monday through Friday, and then the Holyoke Police Department will do it at any other time.
Thank you, Councilor. Is there other? Councilor Bartley?
Yeah, how does the money get from a fine into a dedicated budget? So in other words, I just heard the finance chair say that if there's a fine for, it sounds like a violation of handicap parking, which is a pretty significant fine, it's going to be put into a specific line item in a budget. So how does that happen?
Councilor Devine, do you want to answer that?
Excuse me, I can only say that maybe it goes into the general fund. We didn't really discuss that in finance.
So,
It could go into the general fund, and then,
but nothing was like decided that these things are happening. It was just a discussion.
right.
Councilor
Like I
Bartley.
said, the mayor had already put aside.
Well, respectfully, what I heard the report was that it's going to go into a specific fund that the mayor created. That's what I could have sworn I heard.
Okay.
So now I'm hearing it's going to go in the general fund. So my point is, you can't just, the mayor just can't on a whim dedicate certain parking tickets from wherever it is to go into a specific fund. The government doesn't work that way. So I think we need some clarification on what exactly happened.
Okay.
Or what the plan is, if somebody could help us out with that. It doesn't look like we can do that tonight, but.
Sure,
perhaps
Councilor
at the
Givner.
Next meeting?
Oh, I see Councilor Givner, and then I see Councilor Bacon's hand, and then Councilor Sullivan.
Thank you, Madam President. So unfortunately, I can't give the clarification definitive clarification that we're looking for. There have been several discussions about this and putting handicap parking violation fines into a handicap line item that would be used for specifically handicap, like accessibility items in the city. I know Lynn Horan from the Disabilities Commission has come in and talked to us about that a few times. So I think I agree with Councilor Bartley. Like, if there's more, we do need more details. Perhaps this should go back to finance to get those details, because they are really important, because there were specific requests, and I don't see them outlined here. Thank you.
Okay, I have Councilor Bacon, then Councilor Sullivan, then Councilor Devine.
Thank you, Madam President. I just wanted to add that my recollection was that there was a lot of discussion about it, and that the mayor's resolution to this particular question was to set that amount in the current budget that was approved by the council. Thank
Right.
you.
Thank you. That's what I remember as well. Councilor Sullivan?
Yeah, Councilor Vacan is 100% correct, and all we're doing here, the order's been complied with. We had these discussions, but there was no definitive decision to set anything or move any monies, change any ordinances or laws or rules as to where the money goes for the parking tickets. It's just strictly, at the end of the discussion, that was a discussion of something that could possibly happen, but there was no change in the way it's about. The only thing that we are approving was previously approved in the budget for the $2,500. If a bigger number came through next year and stuff like that, it'd be a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
But it was just part of a conversation that's been had, and we're done with it.
Okay. Thank you. Councilor Devine, you have anything to add?
I'm just reading my notes, and the mayor, we know, set up the money already in the city budget. Then I've got Mass General Laws, Chapter 40, Section 22G, Disabilities Commission set aside, funds from handicap parking violation fines into an independent budget.
Thank you. Councilor Bartley?
Right, but that law, we haven't adopted that law.
Correct.
So,
Correct.
Well, okay, so I mean, okay, it's confusing, but not that I'm opposed to that, and not that the body should be opposed, but you can't just say it's going to be put into a specific fund, and gee, isn't that great?
Okay, so it's clarified.
No, well, I'm going to underline it.
Okay.
Again, so especially for ordinances, and I've talked to the ordinance chair about this, doing this stuff, and I know he's on top of this, which is great. So it's going to have to take a little more, just a little more focus, if I may. I'm not casting aspersions, but I just want to be super careful when we say certain things in a report that we're saying it right. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, moving forward, that the order
Madam Chair,
Oh, I apologize, Councilor Graney.
it just needs more definition, that's all,
More definition on what?
on where the money's gonna go.
It goes where it's always going. That hasn't changed. Councilor Sullivan?
For clarity for everyone, this order was to discuss MGL Chapter 40, not to adopt MGL
Correct.
Chapter 40.
Thank you. Okay, on the motion that this was complied with, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed?
Aye.
Item 36. Right, that's where we are? Okay. Item 36 is Committee on Development Government Relations, to whom was referred a petition from Francisco Gabriel Velez Vega of 214 Elm Street for a street vendor license. Recommended that the order be adopted. Councilor Givner.
Thank you, Madam President. So this was a very brief discussion on a food truck license. I had checked in earlier during the day with the Board of Health to just make sure they had all their documents in to open a food truck, and that was confirmed. This was approved from that committee 4-1. The one negative was just for the licensee not showing up for this. But according to the Board of Health, they have everything they need, so we approved it.
Okay, thank you. Under discussion, anyone else? Okay. So it was recommended that the order be adopted. The clerk, we need a roll call vote for this, right? Okay. The clerk will call the roll. If you vote yes, you are voting to adopt item 36.
Jenny Rivera,
Yes.
Sullivan,
Yes.
Bacon,
Yes.
Anderson Burgos,
Yes.
Bartley,
Yes.
Devine,
Yes.
Givner,
Yes.
Graney,
Yeah.
Jordan,
Yes.
McGrath Smith,
Yes.
Murphy Ramboletti,
Yes.
Ocasio,
No.
Israel Rivera,
Yes.
12 yeas, 1 nay.
Okay, with that, you have passed 36. Item 37 is Committee Development Government Relations. Was referred a communication from Edward Owen, communication request to renew license agreement. Recommended that the order be adopted. Counselor Givner.
Thank you, Madam President. So for this item, Mr. Owen, who was here for public comment earlier today, did come to DGR last night, and he is seeking a renewal of his license agreement for his ADA ramp that has an easement onto city property. There's about 10 feet of a grassy area before hitting the sidewalk in front of his property. That's at, oh, I don't have it written down here, but it's on, I want to say Ray Street, but I'm not sure.
120 Front Street.
120 Front Street. Thank you. But part of his request, so it caused a little confusion on our end for a moment. Part of his request was also to request a permanent easement, so he wouldn't have to reapply for this ramp every few years or every 2 years. So we did recommend his request for his renewed license agreement for approval, and recommended that he be in touch to follow up with me and the city engineer to see how to go about getting that permanent easement in the future.
Okay. Any other discussion? Okay, so it was recommended that the order be adopted. The clerk will call the roll. Yes, you're voting to adopt a license agreement.
Jenny Rivera,
Yes.
Sullivan,
Yes.
Bacon,
Yes.
Anderson Burgos,
Yes.
Bartley,
Yes.
Devine,
Yes.
Givner,
Yes.
Graney,
Yeah.
Jordan,
Yes.
McGrath Smith,
Yes.
Murphy Ramboletti,
Yes.
Ocasio,
Yes.
Israel Rivera.
Yes.
Unanimous vote.
Okay, with that, you have passed 37. Item 38 is Development and Government Relations. Was referred a home occupation application of Amelia Box for a wood window restoration business at 57 Taylor Street. Recommended that the special permit be granted. Counselor Givner.
Thank you, Madam President. So this was a interesting home occupation application for Amelia Box. She does wood window restoration, and it sounds, I mean, basically she restores like the old windows that have like the weights and the, you know, all the stuff inside of them for historic properties. So she's just looking to hire one employee to help her with this. So I guess business is good and she's got a lot of demand, but it sounded interesting. It doesn't sound like it would cause any, you know, any ruckus in our neighborhood, and no one showed up to the public hearing either for or against this. So we recommended this unanimously for approval.
Any other discussion? Okay, so it was recommended that the special permit be granted. The clerk will call the roll. If you vote yes, you're voting to grant item 38.
Jenny Rivera,
Yes.
Sullivan,
Yes.
Bacon,
Yes.
Anderson Burgos,
Yes.
Bartley,
Yes.
Divine, Givner,
Yes.
Graney,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
McGrath Smith,
Yes.
Murphy Ramboletti,
Yes.
Ocasio,
Yes.
Israel Rivera.
Yes.
Unanimous vote.
Okay, with that, you passed 38. 39 is Development Government Relations.
So a motion to take up 39 and 40 as a package, please.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to suspend the rules and take item 39 and 40 together as a package. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 39 is that the city council approve the transfer of ownership of South Bridge Street, parcel 007 to the Holyoke Redevelopment Authority for consideration of $1 for the South Holyoke Homes development. Recommended that the order be adopted. And also 40 is that the city council approve the transfer of ownership of 569 South Bridge Street to the Holyoke Redevelopment Authority for consideration of $1 for the South Holyoke Homes development. Both of these were recommended that the order be adopted. Councilor Givner.
Thank you, Madam President. This is a continued part of the South Holyoke Homes project. So we've seen these orders before. It's nothing very new. This is for a next phase. The only detail here is that these are each parcels. On each of these parcels, there'll be a single family home. They will be privately owned and on the tax roll. So it's more good news from this project.
Is there anyone else? Any other discussion? Okay, I'd entertain a motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt or to approve both items.
39 and 40.
39 and 40.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to adopt these land transfers. The clerk will call the roll. If you vote yes, you are voting to approve.
Jenny Rivera,
Yes.
Sullivan,
Yes.
Bacon,
Yes.
Anderson Burgos,
Yes.
Bartley,
Yes.
Divine, Givner, Givner,
Yes.
Graney,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
McGrath Smith,
Yes.
Murphy Ramboletti,
Yes.
Ocasio,
Yes and yes.
Israel Rivera.
Yes.
Unanimous vote.
Great. With that, you've passed those. 41 was Development Government Relations, that the City of Holyoke adopt a home rule petition to designate reduced motor vehicle speed within areas proximate to senior housing. This would be similar to the reduced speed limits within school zones. In addition, the City Council adopt a resolution to submit to the state legislature to adopt such a law statewide. Draft resolution attached. Recommended that the order be adopted. Councilor Givner?
Thank you, Madam President. So this is an excellent order that kind of, continues with the speeding and traffic calming in the city. It was introduced by Councilor Bartley. Councilor Bartley, I'm sure, would like to say a few things about it.
Yeah, you just want to
Councilor Bartley.
Councilor Givner?
Sorry?
Just want to make the motion first?
A motion to approve.
Second that.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve item 41 under discussion.
Yeah, so,
Councilor Bartley.
thank you. I'm really excited about this. I don't know why it took me so long to come up with kind of an order, but it finally came up with it. So it's something that if we think about it, the state allows for reduced speeds in school zones. So the whole point is to mirror this for zones near senior housing. And so there's some good questions last night, committee. I think we amended the resolution draft that I put together, and Jeff and Councilor Givner and the rest of the committee did a fine job of amending it. And the hope now is to get this approved tonight, and then send this off to Mrs. Duffy and Mr. Vilas, and let them do their thing in Boston.
Great. Anyone else? Councilor Givner?
Yeah, sorry, Madam President. Is the updated language available? I know there was a slight edit on like some wording at the beginning.
It is in your packet.
Okay,
Or
just
was.
making sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the committee, I guess I gotta say, the committee did a great job because they really kind of looked at the language I put together and made some really pertinent kind of edits where it needed to be amended.
Nice.
So it was very helpful.
Okay. Seeing no other discussion on the motion that the order be adopted, would you like a roll call vote? Okay. The clerk will call the roll. If you vote yes, you are voting to adopt item 41.
Jenny Rivera,
Yes.
Sullivan,
Yes.
Bacon,
Yes,
Anderson Burgos, Bartley,
Yes.
Devine, Givner,
Yes.
Rainey,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
McGrath Smith,
Yes.
Murphy Ramboletti,
Yes.
Ocasio,
Yes.
Israel Rivera.
Yes.
12 yeas.
Okay, with that, you've passed that item. Thank you. And let's see, we got public safety, item 42, to whom was referred an order from Fire Chief John Kodalevich, Ambulance Transport Services Feasibility Study Final Report. Recommended that the order has been complied with. Counselor Jenny Rivera?
Thank you, Madam President. Before I start my report, I would like to thank Councilor Carmen Ocasio because my two committee members already had a prior arrangement. So she's always at our meetings and she stepped up and she was able to join me. So we were able to have this meeting.
Great.
So this first order was referred to me by the Finance Committee and we had a lot of guests. And it was a very lengthy conversation and very informational. So the committee met with Fitch and Associates, the Fire Department, Cataldo Ambulance, Local 1693, and the regional fire leaders to review the EMS feasible study. Fitchburg and Associates reported that private EMS providers lose money on 9/11 calls alone, which is why non-emergency transports are essential to keeping the system stable. The Holyoke EMS system becomes strained during daytime peak hours. The most feasible option is a partnership model where the fire department adds one 24/7 backup ambulance to assist during level 0 events when no ambulances are available. The fire department could staff 1 to 2 ambulances without new personnel, and one unit would need about 3 transports per day to break even. The fire chief emphasized that this plan would supplement, not replace, Cataldo with the goal of improving response times and avoiding gaps in coverage. Cataldo Ambulance expressed strong support, noting that the partnership would help maintain emergency coverage during level 0 events, prevent delays that can be life-threatening, strengthen the overall system without harming their ability to operate in Holyoke. The committee also discussed response protocols and why fire crews often arrive first, as they are closer and dispatched immediately to provide life-saving care. No funding decisions were made. The meeting's purpose was to receive the study and understand the options. Future equipment requests will return to the council once the administration determines next step. So with that being said, the order was recommended to be complied with.
Thank you. Any other discussion? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, that passes. 43 is also Committee on Public Safety, an order that the fire chief communicate a written plan for supporting firefighters to successfully complete their EMT certifications, especially for those who have previously failed to pass the exams required and are approaching the 2-year deadline. Recommended that the order has been complied with. Councilor Rivera.
Thank you, Madam President. This order was originally filed by Councilor Mick McGrath Smith, requesting a written plan for the fire chief on how the department supports firefighters in completing their EMT certifications, particularly those who have struggled with the exam and are approaching the 2-year deadline. The chief provided a full update, including EMT certifications has been a condition of employment since 1997. New firefighters now have 2 years to obtain it. Currently, only 2 firefighters are still within the required time frame and do not yet have their certification. The department now has a strong support system, multiple paramedics, and advanced EMT instructors, and a training officer who can assist with studying and test preparations. The biggest challenge is that some members don't discuss early enough when they are struggling. The chief agreed that more structured check-ins, monthly or quarterly, will help identify problems sooner, especially during the second year when formal evaluations are less frequent. Firefighters who fail to obtain EMT certification within 2 years must resign, but they are encouraged to return once they pass. 2 firefighters have already done so successfully. Committee members discussed the importance of reducing stigma around asking for help, improving communication, and formalizing who conducts the check-ins and how often. The committee voted to mark the order complied with the understanding that the chief will also provide the requested written communication. And Councilor McGrath Smith was there, so I'm not sure if she wants to add anything to that, but the order was complied with.
Thank you. Anything else, Councilor McGrath Smith?
I wanted to thank the Chair of Public Safety for having in the folks in the fire department and asking good questions. And I know that the chief said that he would make sure to send it by a communication line item so council can see it, just so there is a formalized plan around who will check in and how often. There's a lot of, during that first year probationary period, there's a clear procedure already in place for check-ins, but then in that second year, it's not so formalized. But that's the year where someone really may have already not passed the test they have tried, and now they need to make a plan around how they're going to take another certification course like early on, so it doesn't suddenly hit them when they realize like, oh my gosh, I only have 3 months left to do this and I haven't passed this course yet. So he's going to send us a plan by communication line item to council so that we can see who he's planning on having check in with these folks and how formally or informally and how often. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, on the motion that this has been complied with, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. The last part, motions, orders, and resolutions. If we're not voting on it tonight, let's just send it to committee. 44 is filed by Councilor Bacon. Order that the city solicitor provide the annual law department business report. The most recent report appears to be from August 2nd, 2024.
Receive, adopt, and send to the city solicitor and ask her to provide it in December. Thank you.
Okay, motion was to receive, adopt, and send to the solicitor for December, or to reply in December, by December. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Yes. Is your microphone on? Sorry. Is your microphone on? Your microphone?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, item 45 and 46 be taken up together. Those are both injured on duty.
Okay, the
Second.
motion was made and seconded to suspend the rules and take items 45 and 46 up together as a package. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? So 45 these are both transfer requests. 45 is a request of $3,898.69 from fire lieutenant and firefighter to injured on duty. And 46 is ordered transfer of $5,265.07 from fire lieutenant and firefighter to injured on duty. Councilor Devine?
Those are the injured on duty, one fire lieutenant and a firefighter, and the next one, 46, is the same fire lieutenant and firefighter, and pay period 9 and 10.
And I would entertain a motion to pass the first reading.
Second. Motion to pass the second reading.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry, that was wrong. Wait, no, yeah, that was a motion to pass the first reading.
Okay.
Yep,
Second reading.
and the motion was to pass the second reading.
Second.
The clerk will call the roll. If you vote yes, you are voting to adopt 45 and 46 as transfers.
Jenny Rivera,
Yes.
Sullivan,
Yes.
Bacon,
Yes.
Anderson Burgos,
Yes.
Devine,
Yes.
Givner,
Yes.
Graney,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
McGrath Smith,
Yes.
Murphy Ramboletti,
Yes.
Casio,
Yes.
Israel Rivera.
Yes.
12 yeas, unanimous vote.
Okay, with that, you've passed those two. Thank you.
Madam President?
Yes, Counselor Devine?
Might, if we can take up item 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, let's see what else? 52, 53, 54, 55, and refer them to Finance.
Motion has been made and seconded to suspend the rules and take items, 47 through 55
Yep.
as a package and pass.
Send to Finance, pass the first reading.
Pass the first reading and send to Finance. I will read these through. Well, let's just vote. Hold on. I'll just read them through first and then we can. Okay, so 47 is a transfer request of $3,000, firefighter and 2 overtime. 48, for $300,000, thank you. 48 is, I've got too many things in my hand right now. 48 is a grant that the city council accept the grant of the fiscal year 26 municipal road safety program, $45,000, no match. 49 is that the city council accept the provisions of the fiscal year 26 Edward J. Byrne Memorial Justice Assistant Grant Program, $18,344, no match. 50 is that the city accept the provisions of the fiscal year 2026 State 911 Department Emergency Medical Dispatch Grant Program, $24,500, no match. 51 is that the city council accept the provisions of the Mass Trails Program Grant, Connecticut River Pathway, $239,000, $61,000 cash match grant. 52 is a transfer request for $61,000 as follows: Smart Growth Zoning Grant to Mass Trails Program Grant, Connecticut River Pathway. 53 is a transfer request for $5,000 from building custodian to R&M Buildings and Grounds. 54 is a transfer request of $155,000 from sale of real estate to capital outlay buildings. And 55 is a transfer request from the tax levy of $100,000 to special article crisis relief. Under discussion, I see Councillor Jordan's hand and Councillor Bacon.
Yep. Madam President, I appreciate that people are trying to follow the rules and take the 2 votes on first reading and second reading. The problem is and we need to follow that rule, and that's always been the rule, by the way, but the reason the council has always sent these things to committee before we take votes is no one has any idea what on earth we're voting on.
Oh,
so for us to take a motion to pass the first reading tonight and to actually pass one of the 2 readings, we would need details on these 15 plus items that no one on earth has any idea what we're voting on.
Councillor, we are referring these to committee, though.
Correct, I appreciate that, but there's a motion on the floor to pass the first reading, to take a vote on first reading right now.
That's what we've been doing this whole time. I don't understand. What would you like me to do instead?
I would like the matter to be just referred to committee, and then we'll vote on first and second reading after the committee has actually studied the item. And so that's what we need to do. The point is I'm just saying is if we're going to, and just to back up, Madam President, if I might, what we've been doing before we clarified what the long time rule was, people were calling it just appearing on the agenda as the first reading, that we weren't actually taking a vote. Now we're back to regular order and we're taking 2 votes, which is correct, but why the council never voted on these items when it first came in is no one has any backup to actually say yes or no to these things at first reading. These items should go to committee, we should get all the details, study
That's
them
the plan.
thoroughly, and then
That's the
bring them
plan.
out. for
That's
a
the
vote.
plan. And honestly, to imply that I'm not allowing that to happen is actually kind of frustrating because these are all going to committee. And I don't feel like getting into a lengthy discussion on the syntax and the, whatever. These are going to committee. I'm not exactly sure what is the issue. And to imply that I'm not allowing these to be discussed is actually false.
Well, there's nothing false about the fact, if I might, is that there's a motion currently on the floor to pass the first reading. Did I get that wrong, or did I mishear that?
The motion is to send these to committee. And
Oh, beautiful. Then I
You're-
second that motion.
And you're on,
That's enough. None of you are even listening to me. Once again, everyone's talking over each other. So that was for nothing. Thank you. Send these to committee. All those in favor?
aye,
Aye.
And Pat.
thank you.
Whatever. Did you put your hand back up, Counselor Jordan?
Yes, I just want to be clear, no one's being disrespectful to you. And number two, if you go back and play the tape, you'll see that exactly what I just said was 100% true. There was a motion made to pass the first reading. Thank
There
you.
was a motion made to send something to finance and pass the first reading. If that's what you really want to get into.
Correct.
Either way, they got sent to finance. Either way, that's what happens every single time that we take this vote. I'm done discussing this. Item 56 is filed by Councilor McGrath-Smith that a crosswalk be added across Hamden Knolls Road at Northampton Street. Where would you like this? DPW? Councilor McGrath-Smith?
DPW,
Sent to DPW. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 57 is filed by Councilor McGrath-Smith, ordered that a crosswalk be added across Northampton Street at River Terrace.
be received and sent to DPW,
Sent to DPW.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 58 is filed by Councilor McGrath-Smith, ordered that the roles and responsibilities given to different subcommittees in the rules be revised for clarity, purpose, and functionality. Charter and rules. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 59 is filed by Councilor McGrath-Smith that the city formally recognize and issue a proclamation congratulating the HCC women's volleyball team on their recent New England championship.
Receive and adopt.
Receive and adopt.
Second.
All those in favor?
aye,
Any opposed?
Aye.
60 is filed by Councilors McGrath-Smith and Devine. Did I drop one? Sorry. Ordered that all public board and commission meetings be recorded and publicly shared.
Ordinance.
Sent to ordinance. All those in favor?
aye,
Any opposed? 61 is filed by Councilor McGrath-Smith. Ordered that a crosswalk be added from Hamden Knolls where it intersects with Northampton Street.
Duplicate, leave to withdraw.
Oh, that's a duplicate. Give leave to withdraw. Is there a second?
second,
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed?
And that's it. Late file.
Wait, yeah. What?
There's a late file. Is there a late file? I have the printed.
There is a late file, but I didn't get, oh, we did 62. My apologies. 63 is a late file. Filed by Councilor Devine, ordered that there be $729,633 as follows. I'll read these.
Madam,
Yep. What? Sorry. Councilor Devine.
yeah,
was that you?
the reason this is late filed,
I just got, yeah, go ahead.
sorry, this is the NAGE contract, and if you, I'm assuming everybody got a copy of this, and if you look down through the pages, it's like the people that have the increases are, it says NAGE right after their names, and so I'm filing it as a late file for the simple reason that these people negotiated a fair contract. The mayor is in favor of this, and they deserve to get their raises.
Okay, well, thank you. I'm gonna finish reading this. So from audit, professional accountant, HPD, assistant treasurer, NAGE, senior deputy tax collector, assistant tax collector, NAGE, treasurer overtime, purchasing longevity, treasurer longevity, voter longevity, building codes longevity, library longevity, war memorial longevity, reference library assistant, NAGE, reference library assistant, NAGE, part-time reference librarian, NAGE, reference librarian, part-time NAGE, senior reference librarian, NAGE, children's librarian, NAGE, senior children's librarian, cataloger, NAGE, librarian custodian, NAGE, library senior custodian, NAGE, computer coordinator, NAGE, collection development librarian, and would you like to send?
Make a motion.
Receive and send to finance.
Okay. Motion to receive and send to finance. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Okay. That's that. I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you.